Yeah, I know it's true. I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true. I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Ooh, welcome back to the Resupply podcast with me, guy next door. Let's.
Me, DK. What is this show?
And me, Than.
Bringing you your your double tap of all things Space Marines and Laserforce. Let's. Happy frickin' New Year's, everyone. From like, what, 3 weeks ago? Whatever. We've been busy. Ducky, 19 months. 19 months from Ducky. That's pretty bloody sweet, man. Pretty bloody sweet. And, 17 from Than. Shot, Than. Shot. Stallion, enjoy the water. So Stallion was just sending me photos that him and his family are out on the water, enjoying the lovely sunshine, and it looks amazing. Looks bloody great.
I thought that was code for pooping.
No. Code for pooping is, I suppose it's taking your kids outside to enjoy the lovely sunshine.
Let's drop them off at the pool.
Yeah.
No, my bad.
Going spelunking. The Plague Rat still lives. He sure does.
Yeah.
Look how cheery he looks.
Oh yeah, so much cheer in this face.
We'll
Like
get
always.
He's got the sexy voice, everybody.
sticky shoes. We'll get to that in a minute. Hello to everyone. Welcome to another great year with the Resupply podcast. We're coming in strong.
Great year.
A great year. Oh my god, ads. Russ, there's one way to fix the ad problem, and that's pay us your hard-earned sweet money. Do it now. So yeah, we took a break over the Christmas and New Year's period. We were gonna jump back into things last week. I had to go out of town for a memorial service, which we'll talk about in a little while. It's very nice to see you all in chat, though. Thank you very much for coming out and starting us off with a bang. Hype train is close, just FYI. Russ, now's your chance. You could give us your sweet money and jump on board the hype train.
That you're probably already paying to Amazon Prime.
There we go.
anyway. See, there we go. See? Exactly.
Let's. Okay, and
I
you
said.
you started.
Why
the
should
hype
only
train.
Jeff Bezos enjoy these types of things?
Thank you very much, Ross. We appreciate it. Enjoy the ad-free shows for the next month, which you might see one show. You tend to see one every 6 months, so.
That's about what the show's worth.
I've been
every
dialing up
6
the
months.
FOMO for him all day for Loveland, so I'm sure he's gonna log in and see our show all the time.
He was like, I sat here for like a good hour before you see anything to do with Loveland. And then you talked about it for 10 minutes, and then I went home disappointed. Sometimes that happens, boo-hoo. How are you guys going? It's very nice to see your faces.
Is it though?
It is.
Is it?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Yeah,
Like-
there was kind of that moment of, all right, we haven't done this for like a month. Okay. Do we remember how to be the semi-professional broadcasters that we pretend to be?
You just stretch
I don't know.
first.
See, we probably should have at least once over the break because I felt like I had to do my first Zoom class
Yeah.
on Tuesday, and I was all kinds of flustered. Like I was just like, and uh, read the book, read the fucking book. I don't know what to tell you. Because it's
Do
like
the
weird
thing.
just seeing other people, but obviously nobody else is talking, and it's mostly just a bunch of black squares. So it was like a very weird nether zone. Because as much as I've been teaching online last couple of years, I haven't been doing like Zoom meetings or things like that, other than one-on-one with students. I haven't been hosting classes that way.
Right.
Um, so I don't know, a little weird, but we'll see if that ends up being temporary. And they're gonna shove us back into the Omicron cook pot. I mean, Dan's given me so much to look forward to for when I eventually come down with this thing.
Yeah, yeah, that was great fun.
Well, so
Great
in
fun.
case anyone doesn't know, g'day Tucker, how are you, brother? In case anyone doesn't know, Ivan, up to, our good friend and co-host Old Man Than, has come down with the big C, and I'm not talking about cupcakes. I'm talking about COVID, or suspected. Did you ever get a positive test? Than,
So, so I never went and got tested because like I knew the vector it had come in on. Matt tested positive. That was my vector. And quite honestly, like one, I didn't feel like leaving the house because I felt like shit. So leaving the house and going out into the community when I knew I was,
Russ is already ahead of me.
Oh, it's so
yeah.
good.
Uh, no,
Don't let Texas off the hook, Than. You have to get the numbers
You
in
gotta
there.
get the numbers.
Juice the stats, man.
Yeah.
so part of the, I mean, yes, that would have been ideal. But one, I felt like shit and didn't want to leave the house. Two, like, so obviously this has been hitting like everywhere here in Texas.
Oh,
Shocking.
yeah. Not
And
everywhere.
okay. Okay, fine.
Not all of us live in an island that has a force field around it, Steve.
Yeah. But like every day and this was even before I got sick. Yay coughing. Yay mute buttons, yay video. But like on the community Facebook page for where I'm living now, like daily people were putting up like, hey, does anyone know where there's either any at home tests? There aren't any. They're sold out. You can't get them. Or B, any testing locations and what the wait times are like. And like consistently it was like, oh yeah, there's one in South Lake, which is like a half an hour drive for me. Oh, but it's like a 4-hour wait. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
leaving
I was
my
gonna say.
house to go wait somewhere for 4 fucking hours being miserable.
And they're like, guess what? You have COVID. Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit, you idiots.
So while I acknowledge that I did not do my part as far as like getting the numbers out there that are correct because um yeah, just leaving the house and dealing with, a 4+ hour wait to get tested just seemed like a very bad life choice when like so it was basically 2 weeks ago Thursday that I got exposed, and it sucked because like Matt was feeling good that morning when we talked. We're like, okay, yep, I'm gonna go over, we're gonna track some drums because we had drum tracks that got eaten the previous session, so fuck. So he was feeling fine. I get over there like that evening, and he's starting to feel a little rough. But it's like we didn't really think anything of it because we're stupid.
Texas. All right.
No, we're stupid, and we wanted to get these drums tracked. So we got everything tracked. That was fine. And I went home. Everything was good. Like Saturday morning, he messages me. So I've had a positive antigen test for COVID. I'm like, okay, cool. And then like Saturday afternoon, I started getting symptoms, and I'm like, fuck?
Oh, maybe
Fuck.
it was sympathy COVID.
Fuck.
So then I drove to his house and murdered him.
And basically the Sunday, Monday immediate like right out, fucking just dropped me. Just fucking wrecked me. It was not pleasant. I don't really, it was, the best way I can describe it is this wonderful combination of like just a terrible sinus cold. So you got all the sinus pressure and all that bullshit. All the congestion, the lungs feeling heavy and all that bullshit. Coughing, but not actually coughing anything out. It was just all that dry cough bullshit. And then just all my joints just hurting. So it was that normal, great combination.
Beyond just being old?
Beyond just being old, yeah, no, it's just everything hurt. So it ended up taking off from work basically the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I was pretty useless at work on Thursday and Friday. And then this week was quarterly IT planning, and I still was not in great, fantastic shape. But I mean, overall, the moral of the story for me it was okay. So I was vaccinated, wasn't boosted, hadn't gotten my booster yet, but was vaccinated. So okay, so that turned it into like a 3 to 4 day idea instead of a multiple week idea. And at this point, like literally it's just the cough that's hanging on, which is fucking irritating on a host of levels. But other than that, which admittedly it's fucking irritating, other than that, I'm basically back to good. But yeah,
well, I mean, we're glad that you're kind of coming out the other side relatively unscathed.
It really, really sucks.
Relatively, yeah.
Relatively.
I mean, obviously, we'll see what long-term side effects you get once your taste returns and all that sort of fun stuff.
So here's the thing. I never lost sense of smell, sense of taste.
What a flex.
Not so bad then.
Yeah, that was not a thing that happened to me in amidst all this. So like, okay. I mean, again, like Rush just said in chat. So COVID is bad then? Yes, COVID is bad. Get your vaccines, get your booster shots, do the things, because I have to admit, that there's a very small number of people I would actually wish this on. But it's a very small number. As a generalized statement,
I could have gone the. I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
No.
There's a couple people. There's some people out there.
There are definitely a few people that I would wish this on, because I'm a terrible person. But by and large, yeah, I would not wish this on anybody in this community.
Omicron doesn't have the taste thing apparently. Like, weird as it sounds, that was like one of the things I was most paranoid about with getting COVID, was with people being like, "Oh yeah, I lost like my sense of taste for like a month." Like I'm like, but I love food.
Well, I
can't taste things. Like, I can't taste things. Well, I guess it'll be easier to lose weight, but still, fuck that.
Yeah, no, that was kind of the thing that I kept waiting for. Was like, okay, when am I gonna, go to eat something and go, oh, fuck. But that never happened. The other thing Omicron's not supposed to have so much is the cough, but I got the cough. So I have a
funny there was like a way that one could, I don't know, test to see if they got some sort of COVID.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. It's you would think that there would be some way of doing that. Russ, plot twist. I never had taste.
That's quite good.
I mean, I do this show, so you're not wrong, Russ. You're not wrong.
But you're also
get on the interwebs, order and download some of them Biden tests.
What's a Biden test?
So, so
They're sending. You can order free tests now, like through the government. They'll send you like 4 tests and some masks to your house, but who knows how long it takes? It's probably take a
well,
couple
They're
weeks for you to
like,
get stuff. By the
hey,
time they get to everybody's house, like the Omicron wave will be done. But
well,
anyhow.
and so here's the other thing. So, I work for a small international telecom company that basically about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, put out some stuff internally that said, "Hey, you can order some KN95 masks and COVID tests for free, and we'll send them to you." It's like, sweet. My test showed up 2 days ago.
did you take one?
I did not,
Oh.
because what's the fucking point at that point? I'm not symptomatic anymore. I'm not
Texas
contagious
truly
anymore.
has him.
Data measures.
Texas has got a hold of our friend.
See, this is strong anecdotal evidence though for why we're undercounting COVID cases in the United States.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm not, but again, I understand that I am contributing to an undercount, especially in Texas. I get that. I'm not arguing, but like just with the timing of everything, it was like, why?
Yeah.
if
Which I mean, I can understand that it's like if you don't have something that's readily available, I'm feeling pretty damn sick. Why am I gonna go wait in line for 3 hours, even if I'm just in my car? That does sound pretty awful.
Yeah, it
And it's
does.
similar here, like at Cal Expo in SAC, they've been talking about just lines of cars that are around the different stretches of parking lot. People are waiting for hours to get their rapid tests and stuff like that. So we have some coming in the mail. We'll see when they get here. Hopefully they'll arrive just in time for me to go back and teach in person, and I'll be taking those things like every day.
Just in time for you to not take them, DK. It'll be real handy.
Oh no, I'm gonna throw that data up there everywhere. It'll be great.
That's how you spread COVID. So, luckily we don't. I don't know if it's lucky actually. There's no Omicron really in our community yet. Yet. As soon as it happens, things will take a drastic turn, I think, here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Jen has 2 confirmed in the community, actually, Steve. That's basically none. Like, you round down. You round down from 1,000 to none.
I was gonna say with this stuff.
Yeah.
Statistically, it's none.
Yeah. I mean, I could have... we're not a news source. Do your own research.
Just think, you're coming to America. You could be patient zero.
Hopefully. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm still coming to America, but that's a conversation for next week, I think. I'm a news source. I have no life at the moment. I was on a flight last week. Like I said, I went down to visit family. I had an uncle pass away just before Christmas, and due to alert levels in Northland, none of us were allowed to go up for the tangi or the funeral. So my cousin said, look, we're going to have a memorial service on this weekend. If people want to come down, we're also doing our own, so that was like an official one for like friends and family that couldn't travel up. And then he said, we're going to gather, all the cousins, and like do our own thing as well that night. And it was really cool. I'm glad that I went. Was I on a marae? No, I wasn't on a marae. The one up north was on a marae. Why do you ask? So we did an impromptu stream last weekend. I don't know if many of you would have seen, but my cousins gather for what they call the Battle of the Cuzzies. They all play disc golf. And so I followed them around that on the day, on the Saturday, and we ended up
Like
streaming. Yeah, basically. I was like, this is dope. So we streamed the day. I bought my first set of discs. So if I do manage to get to the States still, I'll bring a couple with, and then, because I know there's a few avid disc golfers in the Laserforce community, so perhaps we'll go out and throw some discs. You guys can show me how to do it, because I'm still very new. Can barely throw like 40 or 50 meters, which is what, 100 feet thereabouts.
Of all the things that I want to take on an international flight, discs for disc golf would probably be near the bottom of them. Of just useless weight in my bag.
Well, I promised I would bring a couple of discs for some people who like, because I've got some like really cool New Zealand made ones, so, or at least New Zealand design ones. I doubt that they're made here. Nothing gets made here. So yeah,
True. Nothing gets made there.
Except this show.
Except this show, yeah. You're welcome. Right, so what do we have on today? So Christmas break was really good. I did miss this terribly. We didn't do that many streams, and I was torn about it. I wanted to do some streams over the break, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that we took the time off to just kind of chill and recharge and get a little bit of COVID, and then all of that fun stuff. So,
Really?
Really speaking on behalf of us as a team. So yeah, it was good to have a break. I hope everyone else enjoyed their break as well. I know, been in touch with some people, and it looks like they had a bloody great time. You just noticed the collarbones on DK's avatar.
I know, right?
Look at that neckline. Woo!
Talking about gym goals right here.
Yeah, buddy.
Just, dude, develop a crack habit, and those collarbones could be yours.
Crack habit and COVID, and just not be able to taste anything, so I only eat like 200 calories a day, and there we go.
Exactly right. Like, you don't want to taste crack. If you can get... anyway, let's not talk about crack. So...
Another great tip out there. These are the hot takes on our show. COVID bad, don't do crack.
Don't do crack. We're basically an after school special at this point. So, the other thing as well we'll talk about before we get into some like proper lasers crap. You might notice this nifty hat that I'm wearing. Our boy...
No, Steve-O, I had not noticed the nifty hat that you were wearing.
I'm wearing
It's superb.
Tell us more about this nifty hat that you are wearing and showing off on stream right now that I have never seen before.
So, as many of you are aware, we've got like quite a nice little streaming community going on. Our boy Blueson, !Blueson in chat, he is creating a line of caps, which I happen to be making for him. If you want to order one, go hit him up and he'll sort you out. They're pretty cool. I really like them. Chill. So let's talk about some laser stuff. Perhaps we'll start...
Lasers?
Lasers. Perhaps we'll start like local.
What is lasers?
Ask Greg. He'll give you the... What's this acronym, right? Lasers acronym?
It is.
Yeah.
It is an acronym.
Light emitting thing.
Wait,
Light
Joke,
amplification by stimulated emission of radiation.
Boom. Sucker.
Of course, DK would know that.
Yeah, that's lasers.
Why am I even surprised?
Well, clearly I did a report on them for high school. Duh.
Stimulated emission.
What else was I going to write about?
You make a valid point.
Oh man, our viewer numbers just dipped by like 5 people. No, so we've been
Oh, I can do better.
we've been lucky enough to be able to play some lasers here over the last couple of weeks.
Well, good for you. Da 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 da. I mean, that is good for you. This is jealousy talking.
You know what?
It is
you know
good.
what's not good
This
for
is jealousy.
you? COVID.
No. Yeah, that's fair.
I was so mad
make
when
a
you
valid
told
point.
me. I was just like, you're like, yeah, I've got COVID, and now I was super mad about it for ages.
I mean, frankly, we live in like the epicenter of all COVID in the world. It's a miracle neither of your co-hosts have got it up to this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure I've been dodging it for almost 2 years. It was bound to happen at some point, especially given where I live. Now, am I upset knowing the exact vector that I got it? Yeah, I'm a little annoyed, and actually Matt's super annoyed too. Because of
you don't
how
want to
he
be
got
the
it. So
person to give somebody else COVID.
yeah, so like both of us are genuinely like irritated because of how it flowed to him to me. It's like, fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's what it does.
You were going to talk about lasers,
Yeah, we were bragging
which is
about
the
lasers.
whole point of this podcast.
So we got some new blood coming in, which is good because we're about to lose another member to Australia. I almost said COVID.
Australia, COVID, same thing.
Ninja Jack is about to join his lovely wife to be. Yeah, I'm looking right at you two. Right at you.
You should be sorry too.
Yeah, how dare you? You could have moved here and bolstered our numbers. But no. No. No, that's alright. He's moving, which is awesome. So we're about to lose somebody else. But we've gained a few new players, which is really cool. Specifically from the Bluesun community, Bluesun streaming community.
Nice.
And they seem
Legit?
To be really digging it. Specifically, Lady V. Some of you might recognize Lady V from chat.
Yep.
Be coming along and having a mean time. So it means that we're beginning around sort of 14 people over the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
We've been playing a reasonable amount of Space Marines. Last week we played 4 games of Space 5 because we had like 4 or 5 new players.
That's still 4 more than either of us played.
That's true.
Right. But we also played Laserball for the first time.
How was that?
Dude, I really dig it. It's a fun game. There are a couple tweaks that need to be made to our particular arena, so you can actually get one of the bases from down a hallway. You get the red base from down a hallway, whereas green base is kind of shielded behind a wall. We might have to like add, I don't know, some little barriers to the base, so you have to kind of be in front of it to hit it.
Right.
But it was real fun, really really fun game. I think maybe the optimum number per team is like 4 in our maze. 4-a-side seems good.
That would make sense, kind of just based on the size of your maze. So
you need some Laserball TDF files so you can vaguely promise doing stats someday. Is that a thing that can happen? Or is that like a request from headquarters? I don't know if is the TDF something that you get from every game? I don't know. I don't know what that is. The hell if you know. It'll be cool though. I think like it's a good entry level game. You can pick it up very quickly. It can also it's fast enough that it can be quick games. There's definitely a more competitive aspect to it than like a standard, a team standard or something like that.
Right.
And there's a okay amount of randomness to it as well. So like if you have the ball and you hit your own base, it's kind of like a goal clearance in football. So if you hit your own base, it'll randomly get sent to one of your teammates, which can be good if you've got a teammate standing next to the other base. They might get it and they might be able to score immediately. Yeah, it's really fun. If you haven't played it and you have a site where you can play it, I highly recommend you do. Get some buddies. You only need 8 people, which is good on those slower members nights when you struggle for numbers. I think it could be even fun with 3-a-side. So if you had 6 solid, we've got like a like 6 or 7 players that will turn up to lasers every week without question, and then it's just the kind of the additionals that may or may not turn up for whatever reason. Playing 3-a-side would work. But
Okay.
yeah, it was fun.
I hope I get to try it in Colorado.
I think if there's an opportunity to do it, I think that we should take the opportunity. Yeah, I think it could be pretty fun. And then I guess with our scene, like the more people that try it, you might even be able to do some spin-off like mini tournaments because the games can be reasonably quick. I think it's still 15 minutes, but it might be 1st to 5 or 1st to 6. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah,
So it's one of those games that you could probably reasonably shorten to 7.5 minutes
I think so.
and be able to spike games in. Now, is it only a 2-team game, or can you really fuck with shit and make it like a 3 or 4-team game?
So I think you can push it out to a 14 game. There was there was two versions of it in the system, and I think the second version it gave each team two possible goals, which to me seemed a little difficult. I don't know if I'd be keen to do that, but if you added several teams and had like if you had 3 or 4 teams and two balls floating around, I think that could be fun. But but the only spanner is that once somebody scores a goal, everyone's suit is essentially deactivated. You have to run back to your own goal and wait for the game to restart. It gives you a countdown. And then you have to tag the base once the countdown is over to reactivate your suit. So that's once somebody scores a goal. So you are kind of running shuttles. So I don't know how that would work with multiple balls. Maybe all balls are in play until they're not. It's a fitness game. I think if you played it at a high level, it absolutely would be, Matty.
But it probably would be in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Oof.
Brutal in Detroit, up and down ramps all day. Yeah, it would be rough.
Nah, you just play first floor only in Detroit.
Yeah. You could do that. I think that's probably the better way to play it. And that would utilize more of their maze than you otherwise would do in a Space Marines, right? Because that's kind of how we played it, by default in our maze, because all the bases are on the ground floor. You don't have to go upstairs unless you want to go upstairs for a tactical advantage, but it's probably better to play it all on the one floor. How do you pass the ball? Yeah, if you've got the ball, you tag your own teammate and it gives them the ball. It's fun. It's really fun. You can go upstairs and pass it up, sort of thing. Yeah. So if it works in our maze only, there's a ramp above where the red base is, which I think gives green team an advantage. So it works better if you just say that you just play on the one floor. That way, nobody's at a disadvantage because they're already disadvantaged by having their base be hittable from quite a while away.
In multi-floor arenas, I guess you just wouldn't want a situation where it's like you could have one person who's just kind of leaning over the railing on one side, and you can just pass it up to them. And they can immediately pass it down into somebody next to the goal. So it just goes bing, bing.
Which is like, I mean, I think that's what they do in Brisbane, and I think that's kind of cool. Like, it's a cool way to play. It does make it harder, or maybe a steeper learning curve than just Yeah, but I think in our maze, because it's very mazy, there's not a whole lot of passing, like not a whole lot of strategic passing anyway. So yeah, adding that second floor in would I think like add more flavor to the game. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like it. There's a couple guys in our maze that really like it too. You should code Auckland for blue and yellow. I thought about it. I'll ask them if they can do a mod like that. Because that'll make things a little more interesting, for sure.
At least you should be able to at least realign the infield targets.
Yeah,
I would think.
Yeah, I mean it's Gen 8. You could basically do whatever you want, right? Yeah, I think
because Gen 8.
Because Gen 8, yeah, yeah. But yeah, we really enjoy it. I think there's a promise there. It could be like a good side competitive game. Maybe you run like shorter same day tournaments or something at competitions. If you've got the players that want to play it, run it on a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever during I don't know, maybe we'll see. It's fun though. Get out and play some laser ball, kids. It's good for you. It's better than COVID.
That's a very low bar.
That's high praise right there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's an extraordinarily low bar right there, Steve. Well done. Well done hitting that low fucking bar.
You're welcome. You gotta duck your head, otherwise you'll clear your fucking Melon on it. Anyway, so we played that. We played some Space Marines over the last couple of weeks, which has been just so good. um, sorry, not sorry that we get to play Laserforce and other people don't. It's just the way of the world.
I could have risked COVID and gotten on a flight and gone to St. George around New Year's, but it was too expensive. Rental cars were having a
Dumb.
shortage. I was like, yeah, it just can't quite swing it. I'll just wait until Loveland.
Yeah,
Much
you
as I
get
hate
to-
waiting, I'll make
you-
it work.
You'll get to release that pressure when you get to Colorado, which is nice.
Yep.
You'll have what, 4 days? Tournament's 4 days?
Yeah, and figured, a practice day or two.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
probably
you're getting in on Saturday, so I figure Saturday night there's going to be a mass convergence at
Yeah.
Loveland.
I'm fully intending to get some games in that night.
Yeah.
Well,
so
then
it'll be fun.
let's pivot then. Let's talk about Colorado. So, for those of you who don't know, WCT happening the last week / first week of March. Last week of February, first week of March. Little over a month away, which is bloody exciting for everyone that's going.
It is. It's sneaking up on us.
As,
Yes, it is.
as it stands, all 3 members of the Resupply podcast, or all 3 hosts, should I say, will be attending.
And not only all 3 hosts, but some of our mod team.
Oh, really?
Smalley's going to be there.
Oh,
Smalley's
yeah!
on our mod team.
she's
Forgot
that
Smiley's
mod.
fun.
Yeah.
Up.
That's gonna be awesome. I get to actually meet the Brits, which I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Now you're playing with them, correct, Dan?
Yeah. That is right now. Disco Stu and I are rostered, and then we've also basically got Goldfish rostered as a 7th with that team as well.
Wow.
Just yeah, and it's like, okay, this one, the fact that there's 8 fucking teams with 4 fucking countries represented for this stupid tournament is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like,
People
on
are hard
so
up
many
for it,
levels,
man.
on so many levels, it's just fucking ridiculous. It's great. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's fucking ridiculous.
Russell, are you going? Is Russ going? Does
It's only like a 16-hour drive to get to the Pacific Ocean. That counts as West Coast.
You're not going. Why are you not going? Lazy. Pfft. What are you, afraid of COVID or something? Look at that. He's fine.
Fine.
It's fine.
Don't even worry about it.
Fucking wussy. My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
Is that your wife? Yeah,
Or
that's
stop being scared of COVID and lizards.
what.
That's story for another time.
Okay. This one time. No, so then yeah, your team consists of you, Stu, Goldfish, and then Smalley,
4 Brits.
Ivy, Titch.
And Huey, who is Ivy's husband.
Oh, right on. That's cool, man. That's gonna be fun. Oh, hoodlum, 19 months. Let's.
Yeah, no,
Hello, you beautiful man.
I am looking forward to it. It's going to be very interesting from a just from a watching at least Huey and Stitch get introduced to really some devastatingly good teams for this tournament. Because I mean, Smalley and Ivy were at East Coast. Oh God, was that only 2 years ago? Jesus.
I know it was like 5.
Yeah, but so they've at least seen some of the players, not necessarily in like their best combinations, but they've seen it. They have an idea. I'm just very, very amusedly waiting for the couple of games where we're just gonna get fucking destroyed. Like, on paper, there are a few of those games where the reality is we're fucked, and that's okay. Like, that's just life. Life happens.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Pray for Mojo.
So I'm interested to see, what the reaction is from the Brits actually seeing, the game played at a level that they don't typically get to see it played at because of how the game has evolved or not evolved, depending upon your point of view within the UK. So, it's going to be fun, amusing, and interesting. Oh my God, we've lost Evo.
I'm still here.
No.
I'm still here. Sorry. It just occurred to me.
They just disappeared.
Well,
Color in for red, people.
Oh, goodness me. It just occurred to me that I unplugged my camera.
Drop the control.
Well done, Dazzle. Well done.
Well placed.
Indeed. That's so funny. I forgot to plug my camera back in, so it fucking died on me. That's right. Old swift hands were coming in with the save. There are some good looking teams coming. Do you guys know who is confirmed, or because there's 8 teams confirmed, right, at this stage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which again is just absolutely ridiculous for what this was, or what West Coast are typically intended to be. We've got a couple of the Germans coming over. We've got 4 Brits. We've got a Kiwi and a whole bunch of various American refugees. Like lasers. Oh my God, lasers.
Pretty much.
It's gonna be fun.
Russ, I was setting DK out for it, and then Than came in with his. That's right. We took the scenic route.
Well, Russ was already behind since we talked about our roster. I think even before the Christmas break that we took.
That we did. Who we've got?
Well, assuming that you can get yourself over, which you better be there.
I'm hoping.
Steve.
Fuck, I'm hoping.
I'm gonna be mad. Would be the 2 of us, Mr. Brew, Scythe, Micro, and Venom. So a good chunk of Steve's greatest of all time laser tag team up in there. So we are set up to permanently disappoint everybody.
That's gonna be glorious. The first game that there's any sort of something goes wrong, I'm just waiting for the emotional meltdowns. It's gonna be glorious.
I mean, I'm gonna bring the calm and just be the glue guy and just send everybody to their respective corners and be like, you just breathe for 10 seconds. We'll be okay, guys.
I think actually, I'm less concerned about it. So we've got a little chat group set up, as you do. Everything seems
secret plotting.
Everything seems very amicable in the chat group. Obviously, that's a lot less heated than lot less heated than playing
in
lasers.
person.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think everyone at the moment seems very mellow. Seems to be in an okay place. I think
everybody's just gonna be grateful to play.
Yeah,
so I think it just kind of chilled everybody the fuck out.
And it's playing in a setting that's not a Nats, which people are still competitive by nature. I speak for myself there. I get mad even at members nights because of people doing dumb things, or me doing dumb things is mostly the case.
But you are kind of dumb at times.
Sometimes, yeah. But I think, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think that the expectation, because on paper, that team's pretty good. Because we have the best of several sites on the one team.
Rigged.
But that was, a lot's happened in 3 years since we played Nationals. Or since people have played at all. So I don't know. Like we'll see. We'll see what happens. Baden.
I was gonna say because I don't know how much Micro and Scythe have played since that was the 2019 Nats that we were in Detroit, right? Yeah. So that's been a little while.
Yep.
I don't think Venom has played since like maybe 2018, something like that.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, we'll see. It's like one of those. It looks good on paper. Look at all these names, but then you also end up in a situation like the 2022 Lakers, and it's like, what? What do you mean these guys who were good 10 years ago suddenly are old and they can't do anything anymore?
Like I'm like quite a bit overweight, and also my left knee is actually, now just
Munted.
giving up on me. Yeah, so. I mean, I know from I'm far. Steve is Westbrook. I'm far from peak physical condition, which is a shame because like I would have liked. I was training and then Christmas happened and then now I haven't been training for the last couple of weeks.
A little setback for everybody.
Yeah. But it should be fun anyway. It's going to be fun. I'm just grateful to play. Like with people that I don't normally get to play with ever, but I'm especially excited to be playing with you and Baden again, because it's been a minute since like we played on the same team in Sacramento.
2012.
Yeah, so literally a decade ago.
2012? Is that how long it was? Surely not.
Mm-hmm. No, it's 2012.
It was 2012.
Goodness me.
Do you want me to get the shirt right now? I can get it out of the closet.
Yeah, as I say, do not argue with DK and me about
No, I got you. I got you. It's just like hard
tournaments.
to believe.
It's
10 years ago.
crazy though, right?
Shit.
Yeah, we old, bro. We're old.
God, that's so depressing. We're gonna end the show there, kids. I'm gonna go find a big old thing of candy beans to fall into. Pre-LF stats even. Goodness me.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Asherix.
So basically it didn't happen.
We were using spreadsheets like cavemen.
So
actually, I think at that point we did actually have some sort of basic parser to put it into.
We had the parser to do it. Yeah. That was I think the first year that we had it, where we didn't have to do it manually, because I remember specifically having a conversation with you and being like, man, we're not going to have a repeat of last year, 2011, where you literally spent every free moment outside of the games doing stats, and you were fucking miserable at the end of the week, so we're not repeating that.
Yeah, that was a very good conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we had the parser at that point, which dumped with CSV, which I then put into a custom spreadsheet, which then gave everything.
Yeah. But it was still pretty quick.
Yeah, it was it was definitely quicker than the previous year. Yes, that was accurate.
Can you guys say
not that would have taken much?
Just top me off.
Knock you off what?
Parser. Just say parser one more time. Let's go. Do it.
Parser.
Oh, there we go. Right there.
And Steve's done.
See?
What is wrong with this man?
Every week.
We don't have time for training.
So yeah, I mean, like I'm hella looking forward to that. Plus, like I've never played Lovelands, and by proxy, we're also going to be going to St. George and possibly Cedar City. I don't know if we had that in the cards then.
We did.
Okay, so like that's 3 more. Two like major sites ticked off, and then one hopefully up and coming major site ticked off as well, which is a very
I don't know what Thunder's timetable for getting Laserforce installed is, but hopefully it will be sooner rather than later, because I'm sure they would like to play some in their own field, and I'm sure they want to host some kind of event.
Plus,
sometime in the near future,
like intercity, well, not intercity, but interstate,
intersite.
Yeah. I mean, they are setting up for that, because my understanding is that the 2 teams from Utah that are coming is that one is primarily the guys who are going to be the core of the Cedar City group, and then you have like a St. George more exclusive group that is going to be the other team. Like they're already kind of like gearing up to, well, look, if we're going to be playing intersites against each other, let's start forming our teams now.
That'd be an interesting
But
prospect.
yeah, but based on at least the teams that have been tossed around in, I don't want to step on Sergeant Tucker's toes here, but he did send me kind of
We're
like
going to.
a mock-up schedule and stuff like that. But people have thrown their crazy team names in there, so I actually have no idea who's who, other than I know that our team, Steve, is Team Retirement Home, which is accurate. But I'm just like, I don't know which of these teams is which. But yeah, my understanding is so we got like the 3 Loveland teams. We have our team. There's the Than UK hybrid. Then there's 2 St. George and SoCal. So that I think accounts for the eight that are on there.
Cool.
And I guess the 3rd Loveland team is really more of a hybrid because are the Germans playing with them? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think the Germans are playing with Tucker.
Yeah,
something like that.
Cody now because he's coming out from Syracuse and whatnot. So
right.
Whatever. It's like I mean, again, I go back to the thing of 8 fucking teams.
I know.
4 fucking countries. What?
I mean,
What?
yeah.
What?
At this stage.
At this stage, yeah, okay.
We'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get back into my country. The worst case scenario is that I just live in the States for a couple months whilst, MIQ gets lifted here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Just do it. Do it, man.
Hey,
It'll
DK,
be fine.
what are you up to with that spare room that's just behind you there?
Well, as you can see, there's no bed in it, so you'd be better off staying with Than in COVIDville, USA.
I don't think there was a bed in it last time I was there, so I'm alright with that. I don't want to go live in COVIDville. Yuck. All the food tastes bland.
Okay, you can just be a scapegoat like the rest of our illegal immigrants, and we'll just blame everything on you, Steve. So just hang around; it'll be fine.
You can
no
stay
worries.
here if you get US visas.
I think he's saying if you get us visas, if you get us visas to go to New Zealand with you,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
then you can stay as long as you want.
Well, does that mean that I have to marry you? I'll marry you, Russ. That's the thing, right? I'll marry you, and you could come to New Zealand on. I don't know. I don't think they really care. Introduce you to Jacinda.
If Russ is going to come out to WCT anyway, he's probably going to end up getting divorced. So you can just slide right in there, Steve. You'll be fine.
That's a valid point there, bro. It's a
My wife. Right on. All right. Well, yeah. Like I would love to do some sort of podcast live while we're over there. Because if all 3 of us are going to be in the same place at the same time, why the fuck wouldn't we?
Correct.
What I really want is to do it whilst we're playing a game inside of lasers. But that might not work out so good.
That seems a little more logistically difficult. I'm just throwing that out there.
No, we could make it happen. DK, me and you could play in the Resupply, and we could do the Resupply podcast. I'm sure our team would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I'm sure they'd be fucking thrilled
Definitely.
at us being super distracted doing a pod while playing.
Look, why do anything unless you're gonna stream it? That's my motto.
We'll just have to play Resupply differently than we did at Fake Nats,
That's
where
right.
I'm literally like half the arena across from you. What, Steve?
No, we'll just work out some sort of mic system. It should be sweet. Do you have a preference of what you want to play? Or is that a conversation for off stream?
No,
lasers.
It was maybe it was in our team chat, or maybe Baden just messaged me directly the other day. I don't remember, but I was like, I honestly, it doesn't make any difference to me.
Ah.
To play whatever's going to be good for the team. I feel like there are definitely at least 3 players who I would like to see ahead of me playing the 3-hit positions,
Yeah.
but other than that, it doesn't make a difference to me.
Zach and Medic.
Yeah, definitely Zach at Medic. Zach at Medic is totally the path to you guys totally having the most possible amounts of success for that tournament. Yep, definitely Zach at medic, 100%.
You're assuming BC decides the day of with everything. I mean, in this particular team, I'm not sure how many people would actually listen to what I had to say.
I mean, our podcast is called The Resupply. It seems like a missed opportunity if we don't play at least a couple of games of Resupply together.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we absolutely will. I don't mind playing medic for the tournament. I'm gonna take what should rightfully be Than's award. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Just gonna pitch that tent, get some marshmallows, build a fire, and just camp.
I'm gonna pitch
Camp,
that
bro.
tent indeed. The less
sure he
running
will.
I have to do,
No doubt.
the better. Dan has a bullshit medic trophy and he knows it. Oh,
Not that he's bitter.
Oh, you can smell the
Russ,
salt all the way from here, mate.
I'm sorry. Did you think that you deserved that in 2018? That's too bad.
He's got a photo.
It's genuinely too bad for you.
He's got a photo of Than
It's mine.
at home.
You don't
scribbling
you
the
don't
face
get to
out.
have it. Yeah, no.
Just
Sorry.
puts it up on the mirror every day and then crumbles it like in Rocky IV.
Zach is a paramedic, so that's perfect for him. Yeah, he'd be. No, never mind. We'll leave that joke.
Yeah.
Where it was about to be birthed from. Pop
That train of thought is still boarding at the station, apparently.
No. It was ready to depart. I just forcibly denied them exit. Russ, you aware harder to hit in 2018 than Than was? Hey, fuck you, man. I take that as a personal insult. You scumbag.
You should.
You should.
Because
It was intended as such.
Yeah.
Whatever. Don't
Yeah.
care.
You know, maybe you should have done a better job defending me.
Fuck,
Just throwing that out there.
Where's the mute button? How can I forcibly mute this guy?
Yeah.
Um,
But no, like I was telling people earlier, though, like Loveland A, it's going to be their field, and my understanding is they're going to have a pretty damn good team from at least the few people I've seen who have been on it. And I'm not going to count the Cedar City boys because that's like Thunder, Tandor, Snuffles, Slaughtermelon. That's pretty dangerous.
It's an alright team.
Like
I guess.
if Thunder hadn't got a concussion and Snuffles hadn't rolled his ankle, we would have had a much more difficult time in Fake Nuts, that's for sure.
Cedar City, Loveland A, and Retirement Home is a cool top three. I mean, so, like, I don't know who's on that St. George roster, but, like, that seems like a decent team, too.
They at least get a fair amount of practice in, so
Yeah.
I'm certainly not going to count them out. They're getting a lot more practice than I am.
Exactly. Anyone that plays on the regular is at an immediate advantage to anyone that at the moment doesn't get to. So,
And the SoCal team will be pretty good, too, because, I mean, that's going to have, like, Zev, Kodama, Snowflake, Dylan, I think,
Applesauce.
Sure, I'm missing people. Yeah, so that's already a lot of quite good players as well. Like
Good
that team
young
will be
talent.
just pretty strong overall, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty much expecting to be somewhere in the bottom three. And that's not because I think that the Brits are going to be terrible. I don't think they're going to be terrible. I think they'll be serviceable. I think they'll be just fine. But it's a relative acknowledgement that I don't really think there's necessarily any bad teams in this particular tournament. There's some teams that aren't necessarily as strong, which is much different than saying they're bad teams.
Yeah, I think I'm really going to have to see how things go on the practice day or practice days before I make any kind of solid predictions. Like, again, I'm super happy with our team. I love it on paper, but we need to obviously sort out our lineup and sort out our chemistry with each other.
And that's something that we're building from scratch, like, yeah. And it's so important. I think so, because like, none of us.
I mean, the only person I've never played any kind of tournament games with on the team is Micro, because I mean, I did play with Scythe in 2014. We were in Brisbane the last time, so I have at least some idea of that. Obviously, I played with you and Baden in 2012.
Yeah.
I played with Venom multiple years,
Yeah.
so I have at least some idea of how people play. And I know how Micro plays. He plays really well.
Yeah.
I just haven't been on an actual team with him.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Hopefully they can find some sort of game time between now and then. I doubt it. So Cat Cam without the channel parent engine.
Baden was saying he wanted to slide over to Q's to get some games, maybe sometime in the next month before he comes over to Loveland, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I did see that Beans has bought his tickets, his flights somewhere. He's very cryptic about it in the tournaments page. So
I think he
think
might be
he-
getting trolled, bro.
possibly,
Yeah, I think he's trolling.
Well, he wouldn't do that.
No, Bean's troll never.
What
That would
a
never happen. He's like the most.
scumbag.
He's like the most upfront, straightforward guy ever.
That's right. Stupid Beans.
Well, I know he said he couldn't play the whole tournament even if he came by, but he was like, maybe I could just stop in and hang out with people for a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you should. You should.
Yeah, why not? Right? Like, if people are coming from outside of your country, why not? Why not make the trip? I'm really looking forward to like being on a team with Micro. Beans and you are on the same flight. You're taking the long way, mate. Unless he is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with Micro because like I've only met him once. I only met him in Detroit, and I've only seen him play in that tournament. And dude was a phenom. So yeah, it'd be cool to be on the other side of that beating. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't. My initial prediction is I don't think you're gonna get any teams that are gonna get 0 point at this tournament.
Yeah,
Like that's always a very real concern that there's always that one garbage team that just gets absolutely fucking wrecked like every single fucking game. And having been on the 0 point team before, it really fucking sucks. It's very demoralizing.
sure does.
Did SAC-B get 0 pointed in 2019? I can't remember.
No, I think they won one game.
Maybe they did win one game.
Should. Yeah, against us.
So
No, not against us. Maybe.
yeah, I can look, but they didn't get 0 point.
Okay,
They did.
good. I'm glad they won at least one game.
Oh,
they-
maybe it was against Loveland B. Wait, who are you talking about?
I mean, that was going to be my guess. Was if they took a game off anybody, it would have been Loveland B.
You said Sac B?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Loveland B.
It's
Good point.
if only we had a stats website where we could check that instead of just randomly guessing
Oh,
about
26.
things.
There we go. They did get 0 pointed.
Womp womp.
Shot stats
well,
guy. So
There,
we
it
fixed
happens.
that one little problem. The next thing is like, COVID testing in Texas or something. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. but yeah. Point being, I don't think we're gonna see any teams get completely zeroed
Hope
out.
not. I like to see people win some games.
Yeah. It
Well,
feels
and
nice.
and honestly, like my perfect world scenario with this is that you don't have any teams end up with less than like eight or 10 points because people keep randomly taking games off of each other. Like that would be cool if there was just kind of these ultimate like shit fights in the middle of the table.
Well, and
Like-
it could be interesting too because at least in the sample schedule I was sent with 8 teams, we basically have time. We'd only have time for one round robin in the round play because that's like 56 games we got to get through.
Yep.
But that would give us time for a double elim final. So it's like even if teams are kind of closely ranked together in the match play, you could definitely see upsets in the double elim. Because I mean, I think back to like 2019, some of those teams had only played each other once or twice during the round play, but then things shifted around a little bit once we got to the elim portion. So that could be cool.
We will do our absolute best to cover the week, and whether that looks like I assume that they're going to stream the games. Obviously, Tucker's been streaming members nights in the past, so I'd imagine that the games will get streamed, so people will be able to watch them. I would love to be able to do some live streaming from the Resupply account during the week as well. And whether that is doing some commentary or if that's doing some recaps from the days, because we've done recaps at internationals before, so perhaps we'll work that out into something. I don't know, any excuse for me to get on the microphone, I'll find it.
Be some good fun.
It will be some good fun. And
I'm getting keyed up now.
Hell yeah!
What do we got? Like 6 weeks? 5, 6 weeks?
5
like
weeks, I think, if that. Or I don't know. We could probably check. We have calendars.
2, 3,
Yeah, I was about to say we have the technology.
I think it's about
Just
5
under
weeks
5?
till I take off.
Yeah.
Till we take off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be cool. I did lament the fact that I didn't realize that Denver has some really nice ski fields very, very close, or at least on the way to Loveland. I think Boulder is like on the way to Loveland ish. Ish.
You gotta go a little ways west, but yeah, it's not that far.
That really bugged me that I didn't check that in advance, because I would have loved to have done some snowboarding while I was over, but never mind.
Because why not break your leg the week you're planning to play laser tag?
That's what travel insurance is for.
Which you've definitely bought.
Will that put the games back in your account?
No, but make me feel better about life. No, it would have been cool to do something like either before or after, but shit happens. I'm not looking forward to driving around in fucking like crazy snow conditions. That's a little terrifying. But
no.
February, I don't think it'll be that crazy.
Hang on. You are not going to be driving in any way, shape, or form.
I'll be in the car, you fuck.
Your dumbass.
He'll be going like this.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
fuck off.
being driven around, you ass.
Thank you.
But that's what it's called. If you're a passenger in the car, you're driving from this place to this place.
You're a passenger in the car.
Just pretend it'll be like your drive back from Cedar Point, where you're just like, oh my god, ah!
Yeah, exactly right. This is fucking terrifying. I told Than this in advance that I'm a terrible passenger. Wait, so if you're on a road trip, right, and you're like, oh, we drove from here to here, that's you guys say that, right? Even if you weren't the one driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but
fuck
still,
you, Than.
I mean, yeah.
Go enjoy a nice hearty soup or something.
I will probably for dinner after this.
And some humble pie.
Yeah.
Nothing humble here.
Fucking taste one of these while you're at it.
Yeah, but end of February, early March, like weather is unpredictable. We could end up with a huge snowstorm or something like that. But I don't. Just in between Denver and Loveland, since we're on the east side of the mountains anyway, I don't know that it'll be like crazy stupid snow, but we'll see.
Yeah. Luckily, you didn't get that one.
Okay.
Great.
Snow is fine as long as there's not like ice sheets on the road. As long as there's no ice, I'm good. The minute there's ice is bullshit.
It is.
Ice is fucking bullshit, and is literally the only thing that terrifies me driving wise.
It's probably a good thing to be scared of.
I don't really enjoy car bowling.
No, not a fan.
No, not even a little. Especially not in a rental.
But
sounds
at the same time, we'll be streaming that. So if we do spin out, you'll be able to see it here on the Resupply.
The last Resupply episode ever.
Yeah, I mean, like we'll do it purely so that if something happens, there will immediately be at least 2 people that'll have our back, be able to send out some some help.
That's the black box.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna look to have Sergeant Tucker come in and do more of a deep dive into WCT. Hopefully within the next week or 2. We'll tee that
I
up.
made preliminary contact. I was like, sometime maybe in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. He did say
we might have to alter the show schedule slightly based on his work, but it's not like terribly different.
Yeah. we'll try and push it out. It'll be good to have him on to get his take on how organizing things has gone. How dealing with everyone has gone, because I'm sure that's always a pleasant experience. Coming up over this week, hopefully we'll have some more Laserforce live. We're at the stage, anytime that we have numbers and I don't forget the equipment, we'll be doing streams from Laserforce. Doing Laserforce live on Tuesday, Wednesday,
Nice.
doing some more Lego building with Dan. Thursday, Thunderdome Thursday with our man Truly Awful. If you haven't seen, he's gone through a rebrand, and it looks bloody marvelous, dude. Everything looks very, very nice over on his channel, so check him out.
Sweet.
And then we'll be back next week with the Resupply podcast. Remember to charge your equipment and bring its power supply. Exactly right. If I remember the equipment,
All important things.
we'll be
It's overrated.
going. We'll be gone. I might go live later on tonight. Myself and Dan, we're going to a 90s R&B skate party in the CBD, out on the streets.
Oh shit!
So they said the theme is 90s R&B / 70s funk / Soul Train. So nice.
So I think you mean that Toothpick Steve and Caruso will be hitting the town
Of roller skates
with their new 2-man act as famous 90s R&B group Toothpick Steve and Caruso. I can't come up with a better name.
Probably like Salt and Pepper. That's a good one. That's probably not taken.
Not at all.
No, they might be pushing it. So we'll
Fucker. I fucking hate you.
Well done. That
Thank
took
you.
a second.
Thank
That took
you.
a second to land.
No
That
worries.
was
It's subtle. I've been on a subtle humor kick all week, so I hope that was just for you, DK.
it's very unlike you
Thanks, buddy.
being on a subtle kick.
That's right.
So I'm
I'm a very
shocked.
unsubtle person.
generally yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where I was going with that.
But we'll be hanging around. We'll be hanging around doing streams and stuff. Then, have you got anything planned over the next little while, or are you sort of recovering still?
I'm still so I do have some travel planned in a couple weeks that may actually line up very well for having Tucker on the show since I won't be here.
What, are you and Tucker the
But-
same person?
Not sure if insulted.
They're never in the same space. Right on.
But no, right now there aren't any shows booked. Both Matt and I having COVID has kind of fucked up the him laying down parts and on the EP that we're recording. So it's all kind of shifted timing on things. So weird how that happens, but when we've got some stuff booked or there's news, believe me, you guys will be somewhere in the list of people that I tell.
You should put that on the EP album art. 100% of the jet noise has COVID or something like that. Maybe that's the name of the next EP. That'd be kind of that might sell really well. Probably not. I hear it spreads real good. So we will be back next week with more shenanigans, with more mediocre content for you to put the COVID noise. Oh, it sounds less good. But for this week,
Wheezing lungs, Ducky. It's wheezing lungs. That's the COVID noise.
for this week, I've been Guy Next Door.
I've been DK, off to work on my collarbones.
And I've been Than.
always remember to polish your collarbones, kids. We will see you next week. Ka kite.
All these places I wanna go makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder than it seems. 'Cause you don't know what I know. You don't feel the way I feel. All these places I wanna go makes me wonder if my looks could I'm a well-known stranger, walking my own path. Gave up all my mysteries just to get a laugh. You keep me hanging on so tight. Sometimes I just have to